Yu-Gi-Oh! An incredibly complex card game with tens of thousands of cards. However, what if each set was separated from the rest of the massive card pool and your choices when building a deck were extremely limited? In this series, in order to learn Yu-Gi-Oh! From the ground up, I will be embarking on an adventure through the history of the card game with Jeexx. In each episode, we will have access to all the cards in a select product, and using only the cards in that product, both of us will build a deck before playing a best of 3 match to determine the winner of the episode. We will move in a chronological order in the series, and with each new episode we will forget the cards of the past in order to experience something brand new. We hope you enjoyed this adventure through Yu-Gi-Oh! And its evolution with us. Welcome to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey. Alright guys and gals, ladies and lads, welcome back to the historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning journey, and first of all, apologies for no face cam this time around. I've been having some problems with it the past couple weeks, so I just couldn't get it to work, so I just decided we'd just roll without it. But yeah, it is finally time to enter the GX era, which still feels super crazy. Like, I feel like we started this series just a little while ago and now we're already at the GX era, which is, I don't know, just nuts. But yeah, to start us off, we have the Lost Millennium as well as Tournament Pack 6. So, as always, let's see what we are working with this time around. And right off the bat, you can see the original 4 elemental heroes: Avian, Burstonatrix, Clayman, and Sparkman. At first glance, they're pretty unassuming, especially Avian and Burstonatrix have some pretty not very good stats. Clayman is at least a 2k wall, and Sparkman is a 1600 beater, so playable, but these cards by themselves don't really do much. When they get to shine is when we get to the fusions, so let's keep going until we get there. Ancient Gears also debut here. Golem is massive at 3000, but it needs 2 tributes. It's still doing piercing battle damage and not being immune to spells and traps during the battle phase is not the worst. Beast and Soldier, I don't think we'll see. Beast is decent, but 2k for a tribute is not what you want to see. A Millenium Scorpion is also a tribute monster that can get keep getting bigger, also a 2k beater as well. And then we see sort of the dawn of the other archetype, I guess, in this set. The earth monsters that care about flipping themselves up and down, flip summoning, and being in defense. So I'll sort of talk about them as we go, but Lost Guardian first, just a level 4 that gets bigger with your banished rock type monster. Here the coasting is probably, if not the best, it's definitely one of the best cards in the entire set. It's just a 1 tribute 2400 beater that has the effect where your opponent cannot select a face and defense position monster as an attack target. And given the rest of this sort of earth rock archetype in this definitely matters. My Interceptor Cannons is a 2k wall that can be flipped into face down defense position once per turn. Mega Rock Dragon is sort of the other like ultimate boss monster for the deck. It cannot be normal summoned or set, and it can only be special summoned by banishing rock type monster from your grave, and it gets stats equal to your number of banished rock type monster for the summon times 700. Important breakpoint here is at 4. It basically can't be beaten over by anything that isn't exactly Ancient Gear Golem, but obviously banishing 4 monsters is gonna be pretty hefty. Demigolem on flip switches control of Demigolem itself as well as one of your opponent's monsters. Important to note though that if this flips on an attack and it gets destroyed by the battle, then obviously this effect doesn't happen. My Golem, when destroyed by battle and sent to a graveyard, burns your opponent for 500. It's also 1900 defense, which is decently big. A Monk Fighter and Master Monk have some stuff here, but I noticed last time that I ended up talking about basically every card, so I'll try to avoid that this time. Guardian Statue is just 1400 defense. also has the once per turn you can flip it into face down defense position effect, but when it's specifically flip summoned, not flipped, you return one of your opponent's monsters to their hand. Medusa Worm has the same, you can flip it, and on flip summon it basically acts like a man-eater bug, so it's slightly worse man-eater bug, but it can be reused if you have the tempo. DD Survivor is basically just a 1800 beater in this set. The banishing doesn't really matter here. Mid Shield Gardener is Big Shield Gardener, but mid, it's 1800, maybe we'll see it, but yeah. White Ninja actually is pretty important in the set for the Earth, to combat the Earth strategy, the Earth Rock strategy, since on flip it just destroys a defense position monster, and most of the time the Earth Rock deck is going to be setting all the monsters, so White Ninja is a good removal tool for those. Also 1500 is usable. Then all the Elemental Charmers debut here. Osa is probably the only one we'll see if we see any of them, since it targets a Earth monster your opponent controls and takes control of it. And this is also on flip, but these cards have to stay on the field to have the effect go off. And then we finally get to the fusions. So 2 Elemental Hero fusions, one for Avian and Burstinatrix and one for Sparkman and Clayman. First and foremost, Elemental Hero for Wingman, 2100 attack, must be fusion summoned, and when it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the grave, you burn your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So can actually do quite a bit of damage, but the big problem here is the 2100 attack, and there is, I think, only a single attack boosting card in the set. Yeah, actually, we can talk about it here. I just saw it there. So Gift of the Martyr, you send one monster on your side of the field to a grave, and then you boost another monster by the sent monster's attack until the end of the turn. So that will let Flamewing or Basil beat over anything in the set. But apart from that, not being able to beat over stuff like Hero of Sphinx is pretty bad. The better fusion is Elemental Hero Thunder Giant, where once per turn you can discard a card and target a monster on the field with a attack less than the attack of this card and destroy it. Important, it's less, not less than or equal. 2400 Thunder Giant can crash with Hero of Sphinx, but you obviously do not want to do that. But yeah, it can't also pop it with its effect. Still very iconic and cool fusions that we hopefully will see in the episode. Brain Control, one of also the better cards in the set. Pay 800 and take control of a target that can be normal summoned or set on your opponent's side of the field till the end phase. Then we just have a bunch of kind of crappy cards. Nature Unit, Shifting Shadows, and Purple Formation are interesting, but I don't think we'll really see them. Hero Signal for the hero deck, obviously very good. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you special summon a level 4 lower elemental hero monster from your hand or deck. Mispolymerization, also very important to combat the hero deck, or I don't know if important, but very powerful. When a fusion monster is special summoned, you return all face-up fusion monsters to their respective extra decks. So if you have any, you also return those, not just the summoned one. But obviously, this makes your opponent go insanely minus when they fusion summon. Rock Bombardment. For the rock deck, you can thin out your deck and burn your opponent for a little bit in the process. Then the rest of this stuff here is kinda whatever. So I think we can talk about Tournament Pack 6. Not a lot of stuff here that will probably end up rearing its head. We agreed to not play last turn because it would just be a nightmare. These fusions, I don't think we'll see emergency provisions will show up. So send any number of other spell traps you control to the grave and gain 1,000 for each sent card. And the reason why we'll probably see that is here, Royal Decree. So negate all other trap effects on the field continuous trap. This will let you use Royal Decree to stop your opponent's traps, and then you can use emergency provisions to send it to the grave to use traps then yourself. Parshad also a pretty good tribute monster, but 1900 attack in this set. Probably not good enough. Spear Dragon, usable beater as well, but with the downside of changing to defense position, might make it that we'd rather just play DD Survivor. Restructure Revolution, more a burn if you want that. Fusion Sage, Toon Table Content, Toon Candle Soldier are probably the highlights here. So obviously Fusion Sage gives essentially you 3 extra copies of Polymerization, which for the hero deck will be absolutely necessary. And then Toon Candle Soldier and Toon Table of Contents sort of allows you to play 37 cards in your deck. When you just use Toon Table of Contents to search the other Toon Table of Contents, then you use that to search the last one, and then you use the last one to get Toon Cannon Soldier. It's a 1400 beater, so not that cannot attack the turn it summons, so pretty unassuming because of that, but it has a burn effect attached to it, which is not once per turn, so you can use it to tribute multiple things. It can use it to tribute itself, and more importantly, you can use it to tribute stuff you steal with brain control. So pretty interesting set. Now obviously it'll be cool to see, since I'm not sure if we already talked about it last time, but Jeexx is going to be playing hero, since that is one of his favorite archetypes, and we were thinking about maybe doing a hero mirror, but it would probably just end up being an absolute brickfest and end up, no matter like what else happened, it just a race. Whoever gets to the first fusion first, and then the other person is kind of screwed. So I don't think that would have been too fun. So I know Jeexx is going to be playing heroes, and then we know that I'm going to be playing the rock flips. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But with that being said, that's been the set, and I will see you all in the deck breakdown.
Okay, so we're finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, we've finally arrived at the real era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the game actually started. It's not Duel Monsters. Fuck Jinzo. Fuck Summon Skull. Fuck whatever the fuck you think is Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you're wrong. It's all about elemental heroes. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is where it started. This is peak, and it won't ever get better than this. And now let's get back to actual reality real quick. Elemental heroes are my favorite archetype. Heroes in general are my favorite archetype. In particular, I'm very fond of Omni Hero in playstyle. It's a really fun combo deck, simply because of the fact that back in the day when I actually started playing the game, when I started realizing how you could abuse stuff like Absolute Zero, using cards that aren't really optimal in any way, before even Dark Claw came out, I really enjoyed that kind of ingenuity and access to toolboxes that heroes had. Before they had Shadow Mist, before they had fucking Liquid Soldier, before Crosskeeper, before Spirit of Neos, and so on. Back when all I had to rely on was basically Elemental Hero Ocean, Stratos, Woodsman, and other similar, honestly dogshit cards, I'm upfront. And eventually, after heroes started getting more and more relevant support, really strong support, I got more and more into the game, up until about the end of, give or take the halfway point of the Link era, around when Gokis came out. I kind of just tapered off. Isolde was kind of the big reason for that, because I felt like heroes were getting hit a lot, with Malicious getting put to 2 after years again, so on. But that's just a little bit of history for me. So for me, GX as an era, I did not play during the GX era. I came in at the beginning of the 5Ds era, specifically, at the beginning of Synchros. But for me, GX holds a very fond place in my heart, straight up because of the fact that I watched the anime when I was a kid, right? That's how everybody likes. Like, that's the reason why everybody likes Duel Monsters, right? But for me, it was even stronger because it was dubbed. It was dubbed in Finnish, which was something that don't really get anymore for a lot of these shows, and it just hit like specific notes. And eventually, after rewatching the anime when I was a little bit older, I understood that, oh, this is actually kind of competent. This has been kind of thought out and written in a way where you can enjoy it regardless of if you actually are a 8-year-old or not. It was kind of the thing. It's kind of a deconstruction of the entire card game genre, but that's a story for another time. Let's get on with the deck breakdown. But I just wanted to give you a little forewarning for what I'm going to be playing in every single set that I can. I will play Neos. I will play Neos. This is a threat. So yeah, let's get on with it. First off, this set is kind of bad for heroes. Just as every set is going to be kind of bad for heroes, but this set in particular is kind of bad because this is something that came out before the beginning of the anime. So we don't have cards like Skyscraper, which would have been perfect for this set. If we had Skyscraper in this set, there would have been a perfect argument for why you would be playing Sparkman Turbo with Flame Wingman and even Thunder Giant. But at present, there isn't very much you can do to actually like win with this deck. You have cards such as DD Survivor, Hiroko Sphinx, Midfield Gardna, and even Moai, who are like just significantly larger than any hero in the set. Like, if I get into a Flame Wingman, yeah, sure, I can swing over a Moai, but I can't swing over Hiroko Sphinx, and I can't use Thunder Giant's effect to pop a Hiroko Sphinx either. So I think overall, this set has been kind of poorly thought out on the design side. Because I'd imagine that they had this script written for the first episode originally back when they made Lost Millennium, so they knew that Ancient Gear Golem was gonna be in this set, right? They knew that they were gonna put this into this, and because they knew in the anime that Jaden would be Ancient Gear Golem with Flame Wingman. But I'm getting off track. I would have really liked for Skyscraper to be in this, so I could actually have a way to beat cards. But yeah, let's start with DD Survivor. This is the first time we've seen DD Survivor, right? Am I flipping? This is in reprint. And DD Survivor is 1.8k beater. Yeah, it's the first time. He's a 1.8k beater with an effect that we won't ever see in this set. But it has the effect of during the end phase, if this card was banished while face up on your field this turn, special summon this banished card. This effect can only be activated once per turn. So you can loop its effect to get it back in and back out every time you like. That's important because we had Manticore at one point. Manticore Darkness, I think it's called. Let me just check. Yeah, Manticore Darkness. Manticore Darkness has during the end phase, and they realized, oh, this is a problem. Like, if you could banish DD Survivor constantly during the end phase, because you can also search for it with Rhoda, it would be a extremely consistent way of getting a loop off like Manticore Darkness if you had some Tribute 5 that could sack in real time, or with spell speed too. So yeah, then we have Hiroko Sphinx. Hiroko Sphinx is gonna be the de facto card, I think, for this set in the sense that it's a 2.4k beater, just like with Jinzo, just like with Summon Skull, just like with everything else. It's one tribute, it's a 2.4k beater, it has an effect, Chaos Command Magician 2 as well. Like this card is gonna be the strongest card in the set, and the game is gonna revolve around getting this thing out or killing this thing when it's out. And then we have, And then we have a Midfield Gardna, which is actually, I should probably explain the effect here. Your opponent cannot select a face-down defense position monster as an attack target. This is important because this set has like 3 possible like builds you can go for. Or actually, I guess you have 4 if you count Battery Man as one. But you have Heroes, you have Rocks, and you have Ancient Gears. So out of these, and I guess you also have, well, these aren't really a build, but they're more of a tech option, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But I'd say that out of these, Rocks are by far the strongest, and Rocks have the strongest flip effects in the set, which is really scary. Like, they're not even flip effects, they're flip summon effects. But for example, here's one card that we're going to be talking about later, and it's basically just a creature swap, and it's really good. But then we have Midfield Gardna, which has the effect of once per turn, you can flip this face down card into face down defense position, which is also relevant for this thing again. Negate the activation of any spell card that targets this face down monster. At that time, flip this card into face up defense position. This card is a weaker version of Big Shell Gardna, as you can probably tell, but it does not go into attack position after you've attacked. It's probably not going to be that relevant for most things, but it does wall my deck pretty effectively. So even if Weebfox ends up just playing this, it's already going to wall everything that I have. Then you have Moa Interceptor Cannons, which is another 2k wall. It has the effect of you can flip it into face down defense position, regardless if it's been in attack or not. And that's relevant because the fact that it has 1.1 thousand attack, which actually could lead to lethal if your opponent plays around that, or plays around with that. Then you have Toon Cannon Soldier. And before we cover Toon Cannon Soldier, I want to talk about Toon Table of Contents. Toon Table of Contents has the effect of add one Toon card from your deck to your hand. So effectively, we're playing a 37 card deck. We're playing 3 copies of Toon Table of Contents to search for Toon Table of Contents, to search for Toon Table of Contents, and search for Toon Table of Contents. And then add a, also, I think I just, yeah. But yeah, you basically go Toon Table into Toon Table and Toon Table into Toon Cannon. And then you can use Toon Cannon later on for stuff like tributing cards to kill your opponent. I think Toon Cannon Soldier is going to be a relevant card for dealing with stuff like Jericho Sphinx using Brain Control, because there's no other like tribute outlets really. So for example, if you use Brain Control on Jericho Sphinx and you don't have a Jericho Sphinx of your own, you can use it for Gift of the Martyr or Toon Cannon Soldier. But yeah, it has the effect of cannot attack the turn it's summoned. If Toon World is destroyed, destroy it. While you control Toon World, it can attack, and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, it can attack directly. And then the Cannon Soldier effect of you contribute 1 monster, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. That effect can be really scary, I think. Especially with rocks, because rocks can just stall the game out with setting cards face down, and I can't deal with them because they're too big to swing into or swing over. And then eventually, if the game just goes on long enough, I think I'm just going to get burnt down. It's going to be kind of scary. Then you have the heroes. We have Elemental Hero Avian or Featherman. He is a 1000 irrelevant card that's purely used for fusion summoning. Then we have Burstinatrix, which is anime waifus. That's where it started, boys. Actually, no, Dark Magician Girl is where it started. But like, this is where it started, boys. For real, for real. And then that's another 1 point. These are both irrelevant in terms of stat lines. They're just here for Flaming Man. Then you have Clayman and Sparkman. Now, these two are actually relevant as cards for the deck as well. Clayman more so than Sparkman, because there's nothing in the set outside of Curse, or nothing you can normal summon to kill Clayman. And Sparkman, because he's the highest attack monster that I have access to. Yeah. Later on, we're going to see Spark Blaster. And Spark Blaster is going to maybe be something more interesting. We're going to be playing Sparkman Turbo probably for Cyberdingo Revolution. Because I'm a dumbass and it allows me to kind of just grief my opponent's Lele's and whatnot. So it'll be interesting. And I think Cyber Dragon too. Because Cyber Dragon is like 1.2k defense. 1.6 thousand defense. Fuck. It's barely over. Oh well. But we'll get to that once we get to Cyberdingo Revolution. But yeah, then we have Brain Control. Brain Control is a really good card. I like this card is gonna be important for me specifically because the fact that I'm trying to run fusions, so my opponent can't yoink fusions. So if I get a fusion out, he can't use Brain Control to get my fusion and control it. And that's really important. Like Fusion Stage for tutoring out polymerizations. I'm playing 3 of both simply because of the fact that I had a difficult time filling out my deck, honestly. And I ran into a situation where I was just like, oh, well, it's basically 6 copies of polymerization, and I need 6 copies of polymerization. And it lets me thin out my deck a bit. Whatever, let me just get one. Or let me just get 3. Then we have Gift of the Martyr. And Gift of the Martyr has the effect of send 1 monster on your side of the field to the graveyard, select 1 monster on your side of the field. The selected monster gains attack equal to the attack of the sent monster until the end of this turn. This card can be really relevant, specifically in situations such as I have Sparkman, and I have Clayman, or not Clayman, I have Avian, and I use Gift of the Martyr to send Avian to the graveyard and give Sparkman 1,000 attack. So now he can swing over Jericho Sphinx, or even better, I Brain Control Jericho Sphinx, and then I swing with both of them, and then I sack Jericho Sphinx for Gift of the Martyr in main phase 2. I think overall this card, just like Toon Cannon Soldier and Brain Control, can be a really potent combo. It'll be interesting. And then polymerization, no need to introduce this. I talked about Toon Table of Contents already. And then we have Hero Signal. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a superior version to well, not a superior version to, but a hero emerges. Basically, it's the same thing. It's the same idea. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon one level 4 or lower elemental hero monster from your hand or deck. Now, the important part here is if we had cards such as Stratos, Elemental Hero, Shadow Mist, or even, I guess, Liquid Soldier, even though this card isn't relevant on Special Summon. If it's on the field or the graveyard or hand, it's gonna be relevant because you use that for fodder, or for cards. And yeah, this card can be, or will probably be the most important part of getting Spark Mana, or even Clay Mana. For, like, let's say my opponent swings over DD Survivor with Hero Sphinx, or swings over something else that I've said, and I use a hero signal in response to summon out Clayman, I can probably stall out for at least one more turn with Clayman. Or if I summon Sparkman, I can probably stall out for another turn with Sparkman. It also allows me to filter out into specific cards, such as use these cards to filter out into Thunder Giant, for example. Let's say I have Fusion Sage, Hero Signal, Clayman, and Burst Tricks in my hand, and something else. I said Burst Tricks, I said a Hero Signal, and Hero Signal, of course, and Hero Signal. I said Hero Signal and Burst Tricks. My opponent swings over Burst Tricks, I pop Hero Signal, and I special summon Sparkman from my deck, and I then polymerization, polymerization into Thunder Giant using Clayman and Sparkman. It will probably play a part in this set. I'm not entirely sure yet. I can see a situation where this card will fuck me over. Royal Decree. I get all other trap effects on the field. Self-explanatory. This card can shit on me really hard, like in this situation. I don't think it's gonna be played that much. I'm playing one copy because I was thinking there may be cards such as Rock Bombardment that Weebfox might be playing if he's playing rocks, so I figured I'd play one off because I only play 4 traps anyhow. I can't get rid of it myself, which kind of sucks, but I think I'm never gonna be in a situation where I have both of them on the field at the same time anyhow. So then we have also the Earth Charmer in the side deck. Now this is one of the Charmers. Charmers are a Jeexx archetype that has slowly built up from there. Some of them are built into other archetypes nowadays, such as Gishkis and what's it called again? I think Lightsworns had one of them. I might be flipping though. And then there was that one in what was it called again? I'm drawing a blank. But one of the other ones is also in a different archetype. Oh, Gustos and Gishkis both have, and they're from Duel Terminal. Both of them have cards that are either homogeneous or just direct descendants of these cards in terms of lore. So we have also the Earth Charmer, because I'm assuming that Weebfox is gonna play rocks, and even if he doesn't play rocks, this thing is a fucking Earth type, and that means I can yoink it with this. I think this card will be really good. It has the effect of target one Earth monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. Now, important note, face up on the field, if it dies, it dies. Simple as. Then we have Dummy Golem. Dummy Golem is arguably a better version of Ausa, the Earth Charmer, but the problem is that it can't act. The same problem applies to it and Ausa, where they both have to activate their effects on their own. Now, this gives your opponent a body, whereas this doesn't give your opponent a body. So I think if you're going to do some kind of a finisher, this is overall better. You know, you can kind of try to win out you can close out games with Alsa, whereas Dummy Golem might stall out a turn because of the fact that your opponent gets this thing. Actually, they get it in attack, so I guess it doesn't matter really, huh? I guess both of these are about on par with each other. Then we have White Ninja, which is specifically for targeting against rock monsters. All 3 of these cards are basically just to shit on rock monsters. And it has the effect of target 1 defense position monster on the field, destroy that target. Simple as. Really, really simple. Really good too. Then we have Kribo, which is not gonna be played, I don't think, but I'm putting this in because it's one of Jaden's signature cards. If this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard for the rest of this turn, you take no battle damage. It can be really good. It can be actually really relevant. Then we have Avion and Bursting Tricks. And then we have Roller Gear. Just additional copies if I want to turbo out into Wingman. So I have Bolter and Ryushinshi here simply to fill out the quota. A little bit. I'm not going to be playing those because I don't have the cards for those. But yeah. Then we have Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. Now, this is, this is my boy. I never get to play this guy. I never get to summon this guy. But Skydive Scorcher, kind of cool. kind of really cool, kind of like that, kind of like the idea of this thing too, like this card. That man, the amount of time I've spent like theory crafting cards that specifically like utilize like Mariner. Elemental Hero Mariner has the lowest attack of all Elemental Hero fusion monsters because this thing requires an Elemental Hero fusion monster and it destroys monsters that have more attack than it. Love this guy. Love this card. It's a good card. I never get to play it. I never play it, and I've never actually like won a game with it. I don't think outside of like Master Duels challenges, because those are the only place where you can actually have a chance of summoning it. But yeah, I think Flame Wingman, really cool card. I like it a lot. I even like Phoenix Enforcer. Not this, but this one. Like both of these are really cool too. I like them. Right, then we have Thunder Giant. Thunder Giant has the effect of... actually, I should probably cover the effect too. So, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman has the effect of must be fusion summoned. I cannot resummon it. That's important. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster in the graveyard. That's really important because of the fact that, well, if I happen to kill Hero Sphinx somehow, that's 2,400 damage. That's a lot of damage, guys. It's in case you didn't notice. But yeah, that's the effect known as Skydive Scorcher. That's real cool. I like that. Then you have Thunder Giant. Thunder Giant has the effect of must be fusion summoned with Sparkman and Clayman. Wingman is with Avian and Burst Tricks, which I think I mentioned already. But again, you can't reanimate this guy. This is really important because Reanimator does not function with heroes in the way that you would probably like it to. Then you have once per turn, you can discard one more card, then target one monster in the field with original attack less than the attack of this card. Destroy that target. That effect would be really fucking good for this set if it said attack equal or less than. Because then we could pop Hero Sphinx with this, and this could actually be a competition. But now it's not a competition at all. Now it's just fuck. Now I gotta hope I actually get Brain Control, Toon Table of Contents, and Gift of the Martyr to deal with Hero Sphinx. But yeah, that about does it. I'm really excited to see how Jeexx like starts off, and I'm really excited to see what kind of weirdo hero decks I'm gonna be able to build in this. And yeah, that's about all I had to say. Anyway, good luck with the games.
And welcome back, ladies and fellas, and here's the deck that we're gonna be playing today. So as always, let's just go through the deck and sort of go through my thought process behind each card and what I hope I can do. So just one of Ancient Gear Golem right off the bat. This is essentially like a card that just, yeah, if this hits the field, we're probably gonna win. It's just so absolutely massive that, yeah, it's just so absolutely massive, and Jeexx's deck I don't think will have anything to get over it. Obviously it's going to be very bricky though if we draw it early on, so I want to sort of draw into this a little bit later on when I have an already hopefully established board. Next, our more probably prevalent boss monster, Hero Sphinx. I don't know why it was so hard for me to pronounce in the set breakdown, but a simple 1 tribute monster that's 2400 and protects your face-down monsters from attacks. Mind Golem at 3 copies, just a 1900 wall that if it gets destroyed by battle lines in the graveyard, you burn your opponent for 500. Another wall in Moai Interceptor cannons at 2000, sorry, I stumbled across my words there, and a simple effect where you can flip itself back into face down defense position, which can be useful with Hero Sphinx if he has something that could beat over it. Then we have just a single Mega Rock Dragon. This is our other like big boss monster along with Ancient Gear Golem that's essentially gonna win us the game. And the reason why we're only running this at 1 copy as well is because I also want to draw this later on. I want to get at least 4 rock types in the grave before I draw into Mega Rock Dragon, so then I can banish all 4 and have it be 2800, which essentially means it doesn't die to anything else than Ancient Gear Golem, but obviously Jeexx is not going to be playing that. I don't think so. Yeah. 3 Guardian Statue. This is just a decent wall at 1400 that has a good effect at when it's flip summoned, you bounce a monster back to your opponent's hand. Unfortunately, it has to be specifically flip summoned, it's not on a flip, but still, if we manage to establish a board and then just loop this, it's just gonna be the penguin soldier situation from the Joey Pegasus starter deck episode. Demigolem at 3, this is another one that we sort of want to set after we have a established board otherwise, so we can flip this and take Jeexx's best thing and give him a crappy 800 monster. 3 Medusa Worm as well, this is essentially just a slightly worse man-eater bug that can be reused. And finally, not finally, we are also running 3 Lost Guardian. It's just a situationally a big wall. After we banish stuff with Mega Rock Dragon, this becomes a 2800 wall, so pretty good. Mostly just here, like, so we can get more rock earths here. Obviously, throwing into this early on is going to be essentially useless. Then our last monster is Toon Cannon Soldier. This is here solely so we have something to search off Toon Table of Contents, and maybe if we steal something with Brain Control, we can then tribute it for Toon Cannon Soldier if we don't want to tribute it for stuff like Hiriko Sphinx. Toon Table of Contents at 3, yeah, this essentially just means we're playing a 37 card deck. Brain Control, one more in the side. I didn't want to fully on, like, just go full meta on, okay, I know Jeexx is going to be playing hero, so we're still going to have some stuff we can steal with Brain Control, and that I would assume he's not going to just play pure hero, obviously, since there are not enough cards, so we can just use this to steal stuff. Obviously, we can steal the fusions, but we have other ways of dealing with those. Then 3 basically just filler cards at 1 nitro unit. Essentially, equip this to an opponent's monster, and when you destroy the monster, then you burn your opponent for the attack points of that monster. This is here because we actually have we have high defense stats, so if he ends up poking into our monsters that have higher defense, he's going to take some damage from that. We have Mind Golems to additionally burn, then we have 1 Restructure Revolution in the main and 2 in the side to also additionally burn him, as well as our rock bombardments, which we are also running at 3 copies. This lets us pitch stuff for Mega Rock Dragon, as well as deal a little bit of burn damage in the side. So we just have a lot of stuff to actually burn Jeexx. So yeah, and that's why I felt like including Nitro Unit as like the one-off big burn card. One single Shifting Shadows, I think this is just pretty funny. Once per day you can pay 300 life points, you can rearrange your face down defense pusher monsters in your main monster zone. Hard to track in dueling book, obviously, like what you're actually doing, but it just, I feel like a fun thing if we have something like a my interceptor cannons as well as a dummy golem maybe already face up on the field. We can face down on the field, but maybe we'll flip them back some way, or this is essentially just here so we have some protection to our reusable flip monsters that are small, but mostly it's there just as a meme, and also as I didn't want to just jam this deck full of monsters. 2 emergency provisions to get rid of our royal decrees that we are running at 3 copies. So this is just to shut down any traps that Jeexx wants to be running. Most importantly, probably hero signal. So yeah, as for the side deck, another Ancient Gear Golem and another Mega Rock Dragon if I feel like games are going really slow and I still can't seem to find my actual boss monsters. Single also the Earth Charmer. This is just because like a lot of these Earth cards are actually, Earth Rocks are actually just really good overall, and since there are so few hero cards, I'm almost certain that Jeexx is going to play some of them, so we can then, if he's playing a harder package or like a heavier package, then we can side into awesome. 3 DD Survivor, just as essentially the best beater available to us with no real drawbacks and not having to have a tribute. So if I want to escalate the games a little bit, I can play these. I already covered the extra copies, so I have then 3 impenetrable formation. When you have 2 or more monsters on your side of the field and all of your monsters are in defense position, you buff something up by 700. Essentially, if we've already established a decent board, we can use this to protect our stuff like Moa Interceptor, Cannons, or Mine Golem from essentially being battle immune, unless Jeexx specifically finds Gift of the Martyr with some of his bigger monsters. I don't think I'm gonna side into this. This was just a fun idea. And then finally, 3 mispolymerization. Obviously, I know Jeexx is gonna play hero, but we want to give the heroes a chance to actually shine. So I figured I'd just give him a chance, game 1 to maybe pull off a fusion summon, and then the games 2 and 3 we can side into mispolymerization and say goodbye to all the fun. But yeah. Excited to be playing Jeexx finally, and hopefully you enjoyed the deck breakdowns, and I will see you all in the dueling zone next. Ladies and lads, welcome back to Historic Yu-Gi-Oh! Learning Journey, and welcome to Jeexx. It's been a long time coming. Although I don't actually think it's been a long time coming. It feels like we just started and now we're already in Jeexx era, which is kind of nuts. How do you feel about us entering this new era of Yu-Gi-Oh, Jeexx?
I must say I can't think of a pun here, man. I'm gonna get my game on real hard, okay?
All right, yeah, that works. And it's somehow fitting because I'm having some issues. My face cam doesn't want to work today, so we're just running without it. Hopefully, you fellas don't mind. And the one time you don't get my cringe cam reaction, you don't come up with anything. It's like.
Just realized something. I could have gone with the Pokemon X and Y meme of it's been a millennia or it's been 1,000 years.
But I mean, you still got the idea there, so. But yeah.
True.
Anyway, let's see if you can get your game on with your clearly very powerful deck. Ooh,
Can I go first?
I think I would like to go first with my deck that wants to set 90% of my cards, but you know, I can respect you asking. But yeah, best of luck, gamer.
Game on.
Get your game on.
You better play your cards, alright.
I will try my best. I think I will just start off with a T set and I will pass. Ooh, alright.
Gonna search for Toon Table contents.
Yep. And
I'm gonna add to my hand a Cannon Soldier.
Oh, only one Toon Table contents, huh?
I'm gonna pop this.
Alright.
This.
We're just getting everything out of the deck, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna set 1 card and I'm gonna pass.
Alright. I was almost like half expecting you to just go off completely and just pop off, but I think that was still pretty good.
Thinned out like 4 cards.
Yeah, that was a good turn. I think what we will do is I will set another card, and then I would like to flip summon Medusa for Worm and pop this set.
Why doesn't this...
Yeah.
I was looking at this card like, that's on. It doesn't say, oh, just negate any effect.
Oh yeah, Windshield Gun is only for spells, yeah. Unfortunate. Now, since I can flip this back with its effect, I guess we'll get in for the 500.
Oh no.
Big 500.
Big 500.
Then we'll go main 2, and I would like to flip Medusa Worm back, and I will pass.
I will set 3.
Alrighty. Jesus Christ.
Normal summon. Swing.
Yep. Medusa Worm to the grave.
Man, nah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Gex.
That's a lot of back row.
It's fucking useless.
Fair enough.
And there's no heavy storm, and there's literally no spell trap removal that you might have access to currently, right?
Yeah, I will say, like, if there was spell trap removal, then I definitely missed it.
Yeah.
I actually think it's better for me to not do that. So I would like to actually tribute my Guardian statue for a Hirako Sphinx.
Oh, yeah. And I'm gonna take damage.
Then I would like to go a battle phase and swing over this thing for 800. I don't know why I said this thing when it's fucking Sparkman.
You better respect the name.
Bro, I remember as a kid, like, Sparkman's like design was one of just the coolest things ever.
Yeah, it's really good. And you know what else is really good? This brain control that I got set.
That is definitely a pretty good one. So
yeah, I would like to yoink that. I'm gonna pay 800 for it, just to remember.
Yep.
And I'm gonna swing 2.4k.
I will take a lot of damage.
And then I will normal summon Toon Cannon Soldier.
Seems pretty good.
There you
go.
Let's take 500.
Wait. Why did you throw Hirako Sphinx in the grave?
Because I tributed for Toon Cannon Soldier's effect.
Oh, yeah, that one. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of a good effect.
Yeah, that's very good. I will draw a standby main. Oh, that's actually interesting. No, I think I will just set, and I will pass on that. That was a pretty good turn, I won't lie.
Yeah, well, it suddenly turned the game around.
Yep.
Kind of impressive if you ask me. I'm gonna have to think about this for a second.
Now I know you have Polly as one of your cards, and I know you have what's his face.
I'm gonna just attack into this.
One of your. Sure, it is Moai. So take 600.
Don't like that card.
This is more of a burn deck, or feels like more of a burn deck with all the shenanigans than the last one.
Oh, I'm just gonna go for this because I think this is overall safer.
All right.
And I will then sack it.
Yeah, I will take 500 damage.
And then I will set a monster from my hand and pass.
Yep. I will draw standby main. I will set a monster and yeah, I will just pass on that. Cannon Soldier with brain control is actually like doing a lot of work.
I flip summon my Avion, and now witness me. I'm gonna activate
polymerization.
Gift of the Martyr.
Oh. All right.
Give 1,000 attack to my Toon Cannon Soldier.
Massive.
To swing over your other 2K wall, right?
1,400 wall.
Fuck.
But I mean, you wouldn't have gotten over it without that. So, I think I want to thin out my draw. So, I will actually end phase. I would like to activate Rock Bombardment.
Okay, 500.
And yeah, I'll deal 500, and I will pitch the grave a Lost Guardian.
Damn.
Huge.
Waiting for that Mega Rock Dragon to hit the board now, right?
Yeah. Oh, I would like to Toon Table of Contents.
Toon Table of Contents. Ah, yes.
And I will shortcut, because I would like to search for a toon table of contents, and with that I would like to search for a toon cannon soldier.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
And then I actually think
You're gonna brain control and you're gonna sack my toon cannon.
I think I will actually just crash our cannon soldiers.
You cannot do that.
Oh yeah, you can't attack the turn it's summoned. True.
Ah.
So I will pass.
I go standby main. I set a card, and I will pass.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. I would like to pay 800 life points to brain control your toon cannon soldier. Then, yeah, I would like to go battle phase swing with both. Main 2, I would like to tribute your toon cannon soldier for 500
You can do it again, by the way.
earn damage.
You can. It's not once per turn, so if you have a monster in your hand, you should do it.
It's not once.
No, that's why it's banned in the OCG, dude.
Is this card banned in the OCG?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot. Because like everything,
searchable.
like all the Amazon is Archer shit and all the stuff like that doesn't say once per turn, I just assume is once per turn. I'll just summon this, then I'll tribute it.
Yeah. I had this, by the way, and then you can do it again, by the way.
Yeah,
Because you can sack itself.
I had my set card was Royal Decree, so
Yeah.
but yeah.
I had a Royal Decree too, and I should have probably used that on the Rock Bombardment earlier, but I figured I need Hero Signal to get a clay mana or something else.
Yeah,
so I was kind of holding out for that.
It's kind of funny that the 500 burn damage ended up mattering, I guess, there. I don't know if it mattered on the long run, because your deck is just so much worse.
I mean, I think... How big is the Rock Guard guy again? Is it like 100?
Wait, which one?
The one that you summoned at the last turn?
Yeah, it's 100 attack.
Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered in that part. I was just thinking if you could have just made up for the 500 you were missing from some other card and sacked it afterwards. So.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, let's go game 2. Yep. And I wish you the best of luck.
I'm gonna put my theme on.
Let's get one fusion, going. And that would be sick.
What?
Oh? I feel so naked without my, like, facial expression reactions. Alrighty. Survivor pass. I will set a card. And I will set a card. Another. And another. And I will pass. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, can we just play second set real quick?
That is dead, though. It's not a 2K
never
wall.
Mind. Oh, it's not a 2K wall.
It is not a 2K wall. I will take 1800.
It's okay. We're fine. Sure.
And phase Rock Bombardment.
Yeah.
And what do I not want? Another, actually? Huh. I think I'll actually pitch a dummy golem. Well, that's an interesting draw, to say the least. I think I'll just set a monster and go.
I actually choose
13
Sage.
survivor? Oh.
No,
Yep.
I don't think the third one is gonna happen. I won't lie.
It would be funny though.
Let's set one monster, swing into this.
It is. Another Guardian statue.
Okay, and then it's
1800?
Yeah, and then I pass.
Love me some caveman Yu-Gi-Oh!
There's a big problem with my current hand, and I don't understand how this statistical anomaly came about.
It's like 3 avian or
I
something.
will not lie. I will not lie. Gonna normal summon Ausa, and I activate Gift of the Martyr, giving the center DD survivor an extra attack, and then I'm gonna attack into this thing.
It is.
Because I assume it's a Moai.
It is actually a dummy golem.
Okay.
But I will take 1800. Jesus Christ.
1800. And then pass.
Oh my. Well, that is lovely.
This is the worst set.
Anyways, I would like to special summon Mega Rock Dragon, banishing 4 rocks from my grave.
Yeah.
Which will make it 2800.
Yeah.
I'll just put 4 counters.
Yeah.
And now I'm very curious to see if you actually have something to get over this thing. I would like to go battle phase, and I will swing into... This one has caused me more harm, so this one for 1,000 damage.
1,000 damage? Okay.
Yeah. Then main 2, I will set another back row, and I will pass.
Thanks.
Yep, let's go game 3.
Yep.
Oh.
So I do 2 Offsets and 2 DD survivors and a brain control on turn 1.
That's
so shit.
I don't think that's shit. I think that's insanely good. Like, Osses against this deck are so good.
But it has to stay on the field.
Yeah. But
you won't stay on the field.
I mean, I don't really have beaters to get over it that well, so... But yeah, I think I want to change a couple things here. But yeah, let's go game 3. Hey, we got a game 3.
We got a game 3.
Alrighty. One more rodeo.
This is it.
This is it. Best of luck.
This is where it's gonna happen.
This is indeed it. I will toon table of contents.
A 2, huh?
Yep. For toon table of contents, which I will use to search toon table of contents, which I will use to search my cannon soldier. And then I will simply set and pass.
I will stand by main. I will activate toon table of contents to search toon table of contents. To search for toon table of contents, and then I will add to my hand a toon cannon soldier.
I see you're a man of culture as well.
I am, in fact, yes. And then I will set a card and set another card and pass.
Alrighty. Huh. I would like to flip summon a Guardian statue and bounce whatever this thing is.
Okay.
Then, I think... I will normal DD Survivor.
Okay.
And then let's go battle phase. 2600. Main 2, I will use the effect to set Guardian statue, and I will pass.
Standby main. Brain control.
Yep, which one would you like?
Can only pick one of them.
Oh, it's face up. Gotcha.
Yep.
Yep. There
And then
you go. Ooh, spicy.
And then we go.
Yep. To the gravy goes.
Yeah, and your turn.
That's pretty good. I actually like
Oh.
it so much. I would
You're gonna
like
do the
to
same.
brain control yours and tribute it for my own.
Yeah.
Then let's go 24. And good luck.
Sure
Brain
wish I
control into
didn't-
another one.
Sure wish I didn't have to play beatdown, I won't lie.
Oh yeah. Huh. That is interesting to say the very least. I think we'll just play it safe. I'll go battle phase and swing over whatever this thing is.
Haha. Haha.
Oh.
Haha.
Oh, big Clayman is here.
Oh.
Then a main 2, I will set a monster and I will pass. Do we get to see a fusion?
Nah.
Oh.
I'm afraid that's not gonna happen. No.
White Ninja is a damn good card, by the way. Specifically for
I'm
this.
gonna... Yeah. I'm thinking here.
Set another Clayman. Normal Clayman. Overlay them for Castel. Castel my Hero Sphinx.
I'm gonna normal summon Toon Cannon Soldier.
Yep.
And I will activate Brain Control.
That's really been glued to your hand. Yep.
Yeah. Then... Thinking. It's not gonna matter as much. Yeah, then I'll just swing into this.
Yep.
And I will tribute it for 500 damage on your face.
Yeah. Seems pretty good.
Wait, I'm gonna...
Oh.
Megalo Rock Dragon gains 700 per, right?
700 per.
Oh,
yeah.
you only have 3. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I need 4. I do need 4 to have it be not destructible by basically normal means.
Yeah, I was mostly thinking that if you have it in your hand now and you summon it now while my Toon Cannon Soldiers are on the field, I lose.
I will
If you had 4.
set a monster and set a back row, and I will pass.
I'm gonna normal summon an elemental hero, Sparkman.
Ooh.
And I will attack the face down.
Wait, it's Sparkman.
Red
It is
Sparkman.
Mine Golem, so 300.
This is a problem. I'm gonna actually put Toon Cannon Soldier into defense.
Yep.
Does it actually even matter here anymore? No, it doesn't matter because if you somehow summon... Actually, yeah. It's completely irrelevant at this point. I'll just pass. Doesn't matter.
All right. Draw standby main. I will simply set a monster and pass. What's with game 3 is always like really slowing down. I mean, slowing down is a strong statement given your life points, but
I'm gonna swing into this for 200 damage.
for actually 100 damage. It's another Mine Golem. Funny how you have 1,000 life points, huh?
I'm gonna activate Give the Martyr. I'm gonna dump DD Survivor and give Sparkman more attack. I'm gonna put both of these guys in defense.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about to say, like, that there is a world where I just ram everything in.
That's why I was thinking about it earlier with Mega Rock Dragon.
Yeah.
Where if things happen to go very poorly, you could just fuck me up with that.
That's interesting, but is it interesting enough? I'm just so terrified of Thunder Giant hitting the field.
I mean, if you get rid of my Sparkman, it's realistic that you don't ever see him, right?
Wait, never mind. I'm
way,
a dumbass.
I have 6 copies of a
Normal Toon Cannon Soldier, activate the effect twice.
Isn't that a skill card?
Why was I thinking
such a
so
good
hard
card?
when I got this
Fuck.
turn 1? Why is this thing not once per turn?
Why is it banned? I mean, it's banned because of the fact that like it loops. You can loop with it.
Yeah, I mean that
make it.
And like shit like this where you can just tribute for burn damage and it has no restrictions. Apart from that, is pretty degenerate. How far were you from being able to go into Thunder Giant, by the way?
I was many cards away. This is unlucky.
Another
fuck. There we go.
There it is.
That's so far. Like I have
7
3
cards.
brain controls effectively there.
Yeah, you got all your brain controls before you got Poly or Fusion Sage.
Which is insane because
this was my hand.
All my. This is what my deck looks like. I'm gonna just show you on Discord. Here you go. This is what the end of my deck looks like.
How do I look at it?
It's polymerization, fusion sage, fusion sage, fusion sage. I can't reveal it anymore without it auto shuffling. So.
Yeah. Unlucky.
That's sad. Especially because I finally got it.
Yeah, exactly. You got the 2, but that like that's the thing. What's so like sad about fusions? How having to find 3 specific pieces essentially is. It's way too hard. Like even with Hero Single on fusions, it's just still so bricky.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, polymerization wasn't that hard to find, but it was just this one game and it happened to be impossible.
Yeah.
In the other games, I didn't even get Sparkman or Clayman even once.
By the way, my first mispolymerization was number 7 in my draws as well. That's funny.
Fuck. It would have been painful, man.
Yeah.
Man, imagine if Mind Golem also popped when you sent it to the graveyard.
If it just was like, hey, by the way, when this is sent to... If that was the case, I deadass would have just run 3 Toon Cannon Soldier. Because, I mean, I would have then had a really good burn package, actually. With like, Toon Cannon Soldier sending Mind Golem burns you for 1,000. Then you have the 500 from Rock Bombardment. And then there was also a spell which was like, inflict, I think, 200 damage on your opponent for each card in their hand.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a very real burn strategy at that point. But these were, like, I guess surprisingly close. Because I'm not going to lie. I thought this was just going to be a sweep. Because heroes are cool. But heroes this earlier, like, they are not good.
You mean my DV Survivor beatdown?
No, your hero deck.
My DD Survivor.
As it clearly was a hero deck, which just utilized 2 DD Survivors, as well as an Osa stealing my Megalith Dragon to finish the game.
And I also had this and this.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I
those are
had.
just good standalone cards, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, to me, the biggest issue with this deck is that it's basically what people were calling hero decks recently when they
Mhm.
played DPE. When they put the good stuff from heroes into other decks, and they were like, "This is a hero deck." That's kind of how I feel here, where I put the good stuff, which in this case is Hero Sphinx and DD Survivor MY, into my deck and be like, "This is a hero deck now,"
Yeah,
even
you're
though I'm running.
you're essentially playing an engine with big air quotations on it in your hero deck, where the engine is better than the deck.
Yeah, it's kind
So
of funny.
yeah, but yeah, I'm happy we at least got 3 games. That's always nice to see. So that was cool. I am sad that we didn't get to see any of the fusions pop up, but you know it also makes sense because yeah. But yeah, I still think this was fun. I don't know.
Yep. Yep. Mm. Well,
Would you be
oh,
inclined to agree?
fun is a word that exists in the dictionary. I can agree with that. Yeah,
It is a word indeed that we
it
get
has a
used to.
definition.
Yeah, and the
It ha-
definition aligns really well with this episode, I think.
I mean, I had fun. I can totally admit that. But the reason why I had fun is because I was blasting this shit.
Yeah, the good old GX
Oh
GX
yeah,
game. But
both of them. I blasted. The reason why I won the second game was because of Miracle.
yeah, fair.
Absolutely.
It's OST buff for sure. But yeah, thank you for watching the episode, and we're excited to dive deeper into the GX era when we later on the line get maybe some more. It, I think it's cool, like if we have like 2 clear like archetypes to split this, like to maybe showcase those archetypes. But hopefully in the future we'll get more stuff where it's actually good archetypes or playable archetypes instead of something that basically hard counters another archetype, and the counter archetype is the one that's supposed to be the highlight of the set. So
Yeah.
yeah, look forward to the Roid episode when we play the most powerful archetype of all time. Loki, though, Drill Roid is gonna actually be really good.
I mean, yeah, Drillroid is gonna be the same thing as Grand Mole
Yeah,
in a way. So if we get to ever play Grand Mole in any set, I keep an eye out for that. By the way,
yeah, because
like those 2 cards are really good in that shit archetype that they're in.
nah, it's insane, bro. Air Neos costs a lot of money because the archetype is good. Obviously, that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Not because it's a single print from 27 years ago.
Yeah. That's totally not it.
But, anyways, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time for whatever we're playing next time. So, peace.